Hello and welcome to the New Indian Express Online. I'm Bansi Kadapa. With me is a very senior person who's a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party, someone who has served as General Secretary Organizing of the state, someone who's been Pollution Control Board Chairman, and several other positions that he's enjoyed in the party, Dr. Vaman Acharya. Well, Dr. Vaman Acharya, first of all, this ban of the Bajrang Dal by the Congress party in their manifesto, in spite of protests by former Chief Minister Veerap Moily and others, does this come as a full toss for the Bharatiya Janata Party in the slog overs? Now there are just 4 days left.
Yes, BJP was concentrating more on development, what is happening in the state, what Congress has not been able to do at center and in the state in the past tenure. But suddenly, I don't know, Congress did 3 things at a time. One is they said the ban on HDPI will be removed. Second thing they said is, in contrast to it, we will ban Bajrang Dal. Put together, it was a blast. Because you are openly telling that you are anti-majority, you are anti-culture of this country, you are anti, to say it nakedly, you are anti-Hindu. Most of the Bajrang Dal followers are Hindutva people, not most, all. And consequently, they are supporters of BJP as well, except one place at Puttur in South Canara. Most of them are with BJP. By this statement, it is not that many people will change against Congress, but that to shout against Congress, to polarize the issue, to take the point, nail them to the last, BJP will be successful. Because these are all emotional issues. In the past, what has been happening is, you tell a number of development issues or law and order issues, how we have achieved, how the government has been running well, smooth, in spite of all these problems. But people will pick up emotional issues faster because of late they have also become part of the political thinking in this state. So, criticizing Bajrang Dal and saying that it will be banned is going to be a problem to Congress. Veerappa Moily had understood it because he comes from a district which is very sensitive, Dakshin Kannada, which is very sensitive, and he is aware how even for a small thing people will get into this mode of agitating, opposing. BJP has been supporting the cause of Bajrang Dal. So now, if you take the name of Bajrang Dal, naturally, more and more vocal opposition will be there.
Okay. Also, during the Modi roadshow, we have among the issues planned, one is Aruna Prashna Mantra, and verses from the Vedas are going to be chanted in the Modi roadshow. Will it make a difference really in South India?
It does make, because it is consolidating what image Narendra Modi is having. He has an image that he is a nationalist, he loves his traditions, he loves traditional behavior also. You have seen whenever he goes to Kashi, he does Homa. Whenever he went to Indore, he practically walked throughout that corridor. And wherever he goes to temple, he bows, he puts tilak. Means his image is in accordance with what he believes and what he wants to project. So these mantras, chantings, and these activities will not only fulfill the requirements, they will also enhance his image of a culturally strong a man of deep root and beliefs, pushing for the better of this country.
Okay. Now, when you see Congress responding, we've seen the PCC president, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, who seems to be getting into damage control board, now talking of Anjanadri development. Anjanadri, the place which is associated with the, the tradition of Hanuman. So, do you think this is a kind of a Congress knee-jerk response?
This response was already there. When Anjanadri development issues were discussed, the present government had announced it is late. Whatever chance he wants to pick up, D.K. Shivkumar, is quite late. This has already been done by the present government and by none other than the Chief Minister himself. So it's already a lost card.
Okay. Now, on such a massive scale, candidates have been changed. Do you think this experiment by General Secretary B.L. Santosh will work out in Karnataka?
If I would have been a secretary of organization in Karnataka, I would have done this. Because change is a permanent thing.
Okay.
You have to keep on changing, accommodate yourself. There are so many karyakartas. Many karyakartas have in their mind that they also one day become a leader. They also one day become an MLA. They also should come up. If you don't even encourage few new karyakartas every year, you will nip that bud of enthusiasm into the karyakartas. So change is imminent, change is permanent, change is required. Number two, karyakartas actually have to be, because in a modern situation of ours where we are here, where political situations are more like chaos, they are governed by caste, they are governed by languages, they are governed by money and so many images, you need at least few people. In fact, I used to insist on that at least 15% of the elected representatives of BJP or of assembly, means almost like 30-35 people, should be core party workers and they should be from party. You should see that they win and they sit at the central position and take care of the whole party. They need not be in power, but for a political party, at least 15% of the people who insist on good governance, ideology and non-corrupt situations. Otherwise, what is happening is, this has become free field for all. Anybody comes, you have seen, every election, we get 10, 15, 20 seats less. We borrow people from other parties.
Happened in 2008.
Even before that,
also.
right from Janata Party period, we have been borrowing people from other parties. Today, what has happened is their number is so much. There is, we used to tell in local language, local English, no asker, no teller. कोई पूछते भी नहीं, कोई कहने वाले भी नहीं. Because people come. You may wonder, even in last cabinet, the core BJP people who came from original BJP were hardly 4 or 5.
Absolutely. You can name them.
I can name them, which I don't want to. That makes the difference. Which means that if you call it as an ideological party like BJP, it should have people who stick to ideology right from day one till today, whether you are in party or not. For example, I can quote myself. I have been in BJP for long. Yes, some of the statements I had made in the media had problems with others. I had not said it against BJP. I had said it just according to the situations when I am sitting in a newsroom. When I am sitting with you, you ask something, I have to respond in such a way that it also gives some sense of belonging with this newsroom to the people. So when this happens, there were oppositions, but even after my retirement, I have continued to be a staunch BJP man. Such few people at least have to be there in any party. I say even for Congress, Communist people used to take care of this. I remember when I went to Bengal, I visited their offices. There were at least few people who used to wear simple dress with a simple bag, and they were so sincere. They used to live, sleep, eat in office only. Such dedicated communist cadre was there. Yes, there were other bad things and bad people in communist party, but there was a core team. That's how they could maintain. So core teams are needed for every political party. For dancing, for managing, for capturing the power, you do. Because this is democracy. Everything won't go just smooth.
Yeah, it won't go idealistic.
It won't go idealistic
Yeah.
way. But you should have idealistic core, idealistic seed. For that, every time you should try people who have been sincere, faithful, honest to the party in the core.
Okay. Now, when we look at the way six-time MLA and former Chief Minister Jagadish Shettar, who was otherwise a very non-controversial man, the way he was treated, there were a lot of murmurs, not only from within the BJP cadres, but even from among the public. So much in the social media. I'm sure you've noticed it. How do you respond to the way he was treated? Could he have been treated more gracefully?
This last issue you have put, could he have been treated more graciously? This all happened with a very short period. When elections were announced, there were pressures, some decisions were taken in the absence of Chatterjee. Chatterjee also had a smell of it. He sensed it, that something fishy is going on here. But you have rightly said it, our senior people, especially who manage organization, should go to him, sit with him with love, affection, talk to him, and concede to him. Not just talk to him, concede, listen to what he says. If it is inevitable, we have given seats to those who have been 75 years.
He's 68.
He is 68.
Yeah, Tippa Reddy is 75.
Yes.
Somana is 73.
You have given seats to people who have been labelled as rank corrupt.
Absolutely.
You have given seats to people who have 1,200, 1,300 crore rupees as their assets. Compared to what is all happening in the today's political field, losing an important person like Shettar at the last minute could have been avoided.
Was it a costly mistake? Was it?
Party has to reconcile itself, which they have to spend more energy, though the leadership says that we will manage, we have the ability, and if this happens really, fine, that makes a good lesson in the future also for new people to be brought into the party and project them the way you want. But as of now, both Saudi and Jagdish Shettar, we could have handled much better, because both of them are not like the other politicians you have seen. They are soft, they are nice behaved, they have been with party for a very long. They have not been labelled as corrupt and money making machines. No, they have been fairly okay, good people. Doing this, not that good.
Because people have expressed that pain of Shettar on so many occasions. Now, my next question, Mr. B.L. Santosh has been blamed by many leaders within the Bharatiya Janata Party in whispers for being autocratic by BJP leaders themselves. How do you respond?
When Santosh was here as General Secretary of the organization, when he entered, there were many...
He succeeded you. You were the General Secretary organization before him.
Yeah. I was the General Secretary organization just before. I vacated for him. He entered. He was here in Karnataka for some time. Then he went to Delhi.
Then Mr. Mukund took over.
No, Mukund is not at all. Mukund has been in Sangha and is a much senior leader in Sangha even today. But there some Arun Kumar came after me. After Santosh he came.
Okay.
Here, what I would like to stress is when he also came, there were many senior stalwarts.
Okay.
In any position, even when there are 20 kettles in a big hall, when a new kettle comes and wants to eat grass, those senior
Yeah, absolutely.
animals will not allow to come. But it takes little time.
Yes.
It has to wait that the latest cow which has come has to manage, has to make friendship, soothe them down,
Yeah.
then slowly start eating whatever others have left,
Left.
then slowly proceed.
Yeah.
Then he can rule the situation. When this happens in non-human
kingdom.
non-human kingdom,
Yes.
in human kingdom, this is one of the most natural tenets that human beings have, that I am here, I am already settled here, I am the ruler. How can a third person come and disturb so vehemently here? But slowly what happened is all these senior people were pushed aside. You have seen Ishwarappa is not there, Yediyurappa is not there, now Jagdish Shetty is not there, Sodhi is not there. And so many people are not there. Not only that, Santosh now is at the center stage. So, as a position, he is much above all these people comparatively. He is almost at par with Amit Shah, Narendra Modi, or some national top leaders. This post of General Secretary organization is not just a BJP post. It's a adapted BJP post but created by Sangha, the Rashtriya Swayansevat Sangha from Nagpur, nominates and gives. Because Sangha does not involve in day-to-day activities of any political party. So one representative goes there. As a representative of this whole ideology, Santosh has been put in as some organization General Secretary, was at state, then he became Joint General Secretary, then he became Secretary. But there is a feeling that he should wait till people accept his position and then do it. It should be done, as at the beginning itself I have said, even if I would have been there, I would have done the same thing. But the way it has to be done in a democratic system, in a growing party, because we are not a well settled party like Gujarat, like Mangalore and Udupi,
Yes.
like in some places of Uttar Pradesh. We are not a well settled, powerful, organization based party still in Karnataka.
Yet.
We are in Karnataka, we are still money based. We have to import people, sometimes buy people, sometimes you have to look at what money they have. With all these backgrounds, you have to see them. So in this situation, stressing very hard on core BJP people may sound repulsive. That is what has happened now.
Also, this recent statement by General Secretary Mr. Santosh that Lingayat, the stress is not so much on Lingayat but on Hindutva, which has been, in the news. So, do you think that's a, step in the right direction? Because Lingayats have been the mainstay of the Bharatiya Janata Party for the longest of periods.
Well, what Sangha and BJP consider is Lingayats are the best Hindus. In any angle you see Hindutva, they suit. Any angle you see, and if you classify that, who is a fairly good Hindu? I feel that Lingayats stand fairly at high. Not that others are not there, all are there. All components are there. But in most of the times, except a few crack people who give a statement that Lingayats are not Hindus and all that, leave them. That's a very minority, negligible. We have seen very staunch Hindu people from Lingayat community like Vasan Gowda Patil and all that. So small caste groups within themselves do try to get some social advantage, social justice from the existing caste-based vast society. Society is vast. You need some recognition. So subcaste and caste are used, but that does not mean that they want to go away. So I feel that Lingayats are one of the very core Hindu group in my state. So saying that Lingayats are not wanted or we will focus on something else. Yes, really we should, what Santosh has said is right, that we should focus on Hindutva so that the differences even in the castes of other groups, there are many castes in Karnataka also.
Absolutely.
There are around, I think, some 200, 300 castes.
Yes.
And again,
Subcaste.
small subcaste. Probably we will end up with 100 families, one caste, 100
Yes,
families,
yes.
one caste.
Subcaste.
You start from Chamarajanagar, go up to Bidar. In each area, the caste which I had never heard, unheard, I have heard when I went there. New group, they say that we belong to this caste.
Absolutely.
So, caste is there, is going to exist for few more years, but the bigger light, bigger stress should be for Hindutva, which is a uniting force of all the people who belong to this culture, who belong to this country, this language, this ancestors. This bigger group has to be made. This is the contention of I think Santosh, who has, and all others, including me. I also belong to that school of thought,
Tradition,
that tradition only. But what the other part you said is not there. Lingayats are very important. In fact, if you go to North, people say that BJP is a Lingayat party. To that extent, Lingayats are one with this party, and there cannot be Hindutva without Lingayats.
Okay. Thank you. There it is, Mr. Vaman Acharya, former BJP State General Secretary Organizing and a very senior party person who's also a BJP ideologue, speaking to the New Indian Express, telling us that, of course, Hindutva is important, but yes, Lingayats are also important for the party. With camera person Shashi, this is Bansi for the New Indian Express Online.